Have you ever wondered why this one verse gets quoted more than almost any other verse in the whole Bible?
It really is everywhere, isn't it? Pastors preach whole sermons on just this one verse. Churches print it on their walls, and Sunday school kids memorize it before they can even read properly.
True. Honestly, it might be the first verse most of us ever learned. But here's my honest question. Do we actually understand what it means, or have we just memorized it like a slogan?
That's exactly what we're going to dig into today.
Actually, Rosie, can I admit something? Growing up, I heard this verse so many times in church that it almost became background noise. It was like it stopped meaning anything.
That happens more than people admit. Familiarity can quietly numb us to something truly powerful.
All right, before we explain it, let's hear it fresh, as if we're reading it for the very first time.
Here it is, John 3:16, King James Version. For God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whosoever believeth in him should not perish, but have everlasting life.
Every single word in that verse is doing a lot of work.
It really is. Let's first understand where it comes from. Jesus is speaking here to a man named Nicodemus, a Pharisee, a respected religious teacher who came to Jesus secretly at night.
Wait, secretly? Why at night?
Because Nicodemus held a position of influence, and openly following Jesus could have cost him his reputation, maybe even his position among the religious leaders.
So even someone that respected, that educated in religion, still came with questions instead of answers. That's kind of humbling, actually.
Exactly. And I think that's comforting for anyone listening who feels like they should already have everything figured out.
So he was curious, but cautious. Sounds pretty relatable, honestly.
Very relatable. And in that conversation, Jesus explains the concept of being born again, a spiritual transformation. Then, right after that deep theological moment, he says this verse, almost like a summary of the whole gospel in one sentence.
And this wasn't said to a crowd or in a big public sermon?
No, that's what makes it so striking. It was said personally, to one man wrestling with doubt in the dark. Yet it became one of the most repeated sentences in human history.
So this verse is basically Jesus explaining the very heart of God to one confused, cautious man in the middle of the night.
Exactly.
Okay, let's break it down because I want to understand each phrase. For God so loved the world. What does so loved actually mean here?
It's emphasizing intensity. Not just that God loved, but that he loved to this degree. It's the kind of love that leads to action, not just a feeling hidden inside.
And the world, does that mean everyone or just a specific group?
This is important. The world here means all of humanity, without exception. Not one nation, not one type of person, everyone.
Okay, that actually challenges something, because a lot of people, myself included sometimes, quietly assume God's love is only for people who already have their lives together.
And that's one of the most common misunderstandings. This verse says otherwise. His love reaches toward the world exactly as it is, broken and imperfect.
What about, he gave his only begotten Son? That phrase has always felt heavy to me.
It should feel heavy. This describes sacrifice at the deepest possible level. God giving what was most precious for people who couldn't save themselves.
Okay, here's my honest question. Why would love require that kind of sacrifice? Couldn't God just forgive without all of that?
That's a fair question people have wrestled with for centuries. Scripture consistently shows that real love isn't just a feeling, it's demonstrated through sacrifice. This verse reveals the extraordinary lengths love was willing to go.
So it's not abstract love, it's proven love.
Beautifully said.
Now, whosoever believeth in him. That word, whosoever, feels important too.
It is. It removes every barrier: background, past mistakes, religion, or nationality. The invitation is open to anyone willing to believe.
And should not perish, but have everlasting life. What does that actually mean in practical terms, not just poetically?
It means this life isn't the end of the story. It also means that our relationship with God begins now and lasts forever, secure, lasting, and unshaken by circumstances.
Wow, that's a lot packed into one sentence.
That's exactly why this verse has endured across centuries and cultures.
All right, let's talk about real life, because I think people hear God's love and it stays abstract. What does this actually look like day to day?
Let's start with self-worth. Think about family gatherings. Someone is always comparing you to a cousin who did better, or a relative asking why you're still single, still struggling, or still figuring things out. This verse says your worth was already settled long before any comparison, any title, or anyone else's opinion.
That's powerful, actually. Worth that isn't based on performance.
Exactly. What about relationships, John? Have you ever felt like you had to earn someone's love by being perfect?
Constantly, honestly.
This verse turns that idea upside down. God's love came toward us while we were still imperfect. That doesn't mean relationships require no effort, but it does mean you don't have to earn God's love.
What about failure? Like when someone makes a terrible mistake and feels unworthy of anything good afterward.
That's one of the most common emotional traps. But this verse was written for exactly that moment. The world, imperfect and struggling, is precisely who this love was extended to.
So failure doesn't disqualify someone from God's love.
Not at all.
What about anxiety about the future, or even the fear of death?
This verse speaks directly to that too. Should not perish, but have everlasting life. Gives us an anchor against the fear that life simply ends in nothing.
What about people carrying guilt from their past? Things they've done that they're ashamed of. Maybe things nobody else even knows about.
That's such a heavy burden to carry in silence. But notice the verse again. Whosoever believeth. It doesn't say, whosoever has a clean record, or whosoever has fixed every mistake. The invitation remains open, guilt and all.
So God's love isn't waiting for someone to clean themselves up before it reaches them.
Never. That's the very heart of grace.
What about people going through grief or loss? Does this verse speak to that too?
It does, quietly but powerfully. Everlasting life isn't just a future promise disconnected from today's pain. It means the story doesn't end with loss. There's hope beyond what we can see right now.
That's comforting, especially for anyone listening today who's grieving something.
Exactly. And even in workplace stress or financial pressure, this verse reminds us that our security was never meant to rest entirely on circumstances. It rests on something far more secure.
Okay, I think I finally understand why this verse gets quoted so often. It's not just a slogan. It's an answer to some of our deepest fears.
Exactly, John.
All right, give us the takeaway before we close.
The message is simple. Love this great was never meant to stay locked inside a Bible verse. It was meant to be received personally.
3 practical steps. Let's hear them.
First, stop measuring your worth by your performance. It was already settled through Christ's sacrifice. Second, extend that same sacrificial love to the people around you, even when it's difficult. Third, let go of the fear that this life is all there is. Everlasting life changes the way we face uncertainty.
Receive it, extend it, and live without fear because of it.
Simple words, but they carry a lifetime of meaning.
Before we end, here's something to think about today. Have you truly received this love personally, or has it remained just another familiar verse you've heard countless times?
Tell us in the comments. We'd genuinely love to hear your thoughts.
And in our next episode, we'll explore the value of the soul. You won't want to miss it.
If today's conversation encouraged you, share it with someone who needs this reminder.
Don't forget to like it and hit the subscribe button. We'll see you in the next episode.
Until then, remember, you are deeply loved by God.